Hello and welcome. I want to take you on a journey of logarithm so you can be able to solve logarithm from scratch. Now let's go. What is logarithm? So that logarithm is a reverse of indices. That is, a log of a number to a certain base is the power to which the base must be raised to obtain that number. That is, a log of a number n to a certain base b equals a is a power to which the base must be raised to obtain the number. So that is this. Let's go. The next this thing is called the laws of logarithm. The laws of logarithm. When I'm taking into the school of mystery, how to understand logarithm deep. Now let's go. The laws of logarithm. The number one law, we have the addition law. What does the addition law state? It states that whenever we are adding in logarithm and the two bases are the same, we take one of the base and multiply the logs together. That is law 1. We have the multiplication law. Multiplication law. So if we have log A plus log B, this equals, the law said if we are adding and the two bases are the same, we take one of the base and multiply the two logs together. So this is log A times B gives us AB, and this is the proof for it. The next one, we have the subtraction law. The subtraction law. What does the subtraction law state? The subtraction law states that whenever we are subtracting in logarithm and the two bases are the same, we take one of the base and divide the power. All right. So whenever we are subtracting in logarithm and the two bases are the same, we take one of the base and divide the logs. So clearly, if we have log A minus log B, this equals log A all over B. Because two bases are the same, we take one of them and divide the logs. All right. Let's see the next one. The next law we have here is the reciprocal law. Yes, the reciprocal law. We have the reciprocal law. What does the reciprocal law state? The reciprocal law states that if the log appears as a fraction, the log and the base interchange their position. That is, clearly you can see this is a fraction form. So if it appears like this and the log and the base interchange their position, and that is all. All right, so the next one we have is the change of base law. Number 4, we have the change of base law. Now, what does change of base law state? If we have a log in this form, log A base what? Base C, or log A base B, this equals log A base K all over, this base becomes a log B base K. That is, you're making the base now the same. All right, this is a law. All right, the next one we have is called the base power law. This states that when the base is raised to a power, the reciprocal is required. Clearly, if we have log of A to base B raised to power n, clearly you can see the base power law. The base is carrying the power. So when the base has the power, the reciprocal is required. What is the reciprocal? 1 all over n log A base B, and that is all right. The next law we have here is called the log power law. What does the log power law state? The log power law states that when the log is raised to a power, the power can be used to multiply the log itself. That means if we have log A to power B, when the log is raised to a power, the power can be used to multiply the log itself. So this becomes what? B multiplied by log what? A. All right. The next law we have here is called the log to base power law. What does the log to base power law state? The log to base power law state that if the log and the base are the same, the result is 1. That is, if we have log A base A, the result is 1. All right. The next law of logarithm we have here is called the root power law. If we have log a, log the square root of a base b, this is a root. So this equals log a to power 1 over 2 base b. And that is all for this class. Let me show you how to solve this nice logarithm equation. We are asked to find the value of x in this equation. How do we solve this question? For you to solve this question correctly, this is the first step you need to take. You must obey the law of logarithm that states that a log of a number to a certain base b is the power to which this base must be raised to obtain this one. That is, this b is going to pick this one and this one is coming backward. Right? So let's apply the rule here. From here, this 3 is coming over here and this one is going like this. So from there we have, that's number 1. We have 81 equals 3 to power x. 81 equals 3 to power x. Now what next? What are we doing? We know that 81 here can be written as 3 to power 4 equals 3 to power x. So clearly the bases are the same. The base can cancel out the base and x equals 4. This is the first solution. So we obey the law of logarithm to solve this correctly. The next one, the same thing. This one is coming over here and this one is going backward. So this is 32 equals x to power 5. So this implies that 32 can be written as 2 to power 5. And this equals x to power 5. So what happened? The 2 brings this base and x equals 2 is the right answer. Alright, let's take the next one, which is 1 over 2. Now clearly this man here can return back. This man here can return back. So if this one goes back, what happens? We now have log 64 to power 1 over 2 base x equals 3. So from here, we are now going to obey the law of logarithm, the same way we treated these ones. And this will have that this is 64 raised to the power of 1 over 2 equals x to power 3. So from here, we know that 64 here can be written as 2 to power 6 or 4 to power 3. Let's say 4 to power 3 or 2 to power 6. So let's use 2 to power what? 6 raised to power 1 over what? 2 equals x cubed. So from here, we know that from here, how do we finish this? We know that this man here can cancel out this man. And we'll have that this is 2 to power 3 equals x to power 3. And x cancels out x. So we have 3 cancels out 3 and x equals 2 is the right answer that satisfies this problem. Alright, let's take the next one, which is, alright, so let's solve the last part of the question, which is this of the logarithm. So from here, we are going to obey the law of logarithm. And this man is coming backward. So if that happens, we'll have that this is x squared minus 2x plus 5. 2 to power 2 here gives us 4. So collecting like bringing this man inside now, we have that this is just x squared minus 2x plus 5 minus 4 equals 0, because when the positive comes in, it becomes negative. So this is x squared minus 2x, 5 minus 4 gives us plus 1 equals 0. So we need two numbers that if we multiply those two numbers, we have 1, add or subtract, we have negative 2. So clearly those numbers are what and what. Let's see. The product here, we have 1 as a product, the sum equals negative 2. So this is just negative 1, negative 1. Negative 1 minus negative 1 gives us negative 2. Negative 1 times negative 1 gives us positive 1. So those two numbers are negative 1 and negative 1. So let's substitute x squared minus 1x minus 1x plus 1 equals 0. So to factorize this, we have that, bring out the first x. X squared divided by this gives us x. Minus 1x divided by this gives us minus 1. Minus 1 is coming out now. So the two boxes must be the same. Just repeat this term again. Minus 1 equals 0. So what next? Let's pick this man. Since they are the same, pick 1. So this is x minus 1 into x minus what? 1 equal 0. So we set this man equal to 0 and set this one to equal to what? 0. So from here, clearly, we'll have that x minus 1 equals 0 and x minus 1 equals 0. So if we multiply this, if we take this man across the other side, the negative is going, becomes x equals 1 and x equals what? 1. So clearly, the answer, we say that this is just 1 twice, and this is the answer for this problem. Alright, if you've learned something in this video, do well to subscribe to this channel to support the channel and give the channel a thumbs up. There are more videos for you to watch here. Thank you.